how the ride started for me. I knew the lines were being redrawn across the state of Kentucky, and did not realize that those lines had already been published and what the implications were. So fast forward to the middle of January, some very dear friends of mine that live over in Crescent Hill had contacted me to say, would you consider running for office in District 34? I thought, I'm not in District 34, I'm in District 32. Tina Bojanowski is my state rep, is Mary Lou retiring. And once the articles and the maps and all of the stuff kind of kept coming in via text, I thought, oh, I see what's happened here. And then once I understood that we had 4 Democratic women cut out of their districts and then pitted together, against each other in their own new districts, I thought, this is disturbing, and I don't understand why more people are not paying attention to this and don't find this disturbing. I know we all lost what feels like a lot of time in COVID, but it feels like we are going to be losing decades with what is happening to women in general right now. So women are literally on the line right now, everywhere. Not only in politics, but also in the work, obviously the workforce development and the weight that women carried throughout the pandemic and are still carrying, and what the ramifications are to so many things across our community. It's pretty jarring and devastating. So I decided I had 5 days, 5 days to make up my mind if I was going to do this before the filing deadline. And I spent those days talking to a lot of folks who were really kind to reach out to me and say, what answers, could I maybe give you? What questions do you have? And they were all, for the most part, all women. A lot of women who were already in office at different levels. And that really just blew me away, that people were calling me saying, I heard you were thinking about doing this. What can I do to help you? Are there questions that you have? Can I tell you about what my experience was like? And it was really, it was very empowering. And that in combination with, my background is in the nonprofit sector. I've worked in the for-profit sector. I was a small business owner at some point, but the majority of my time and career has been in the nonprofit community. And I've had the wonderful privilege to be able to build a lot of really meaningful relationships with a lot of organizations doing all of the work on all of the issues that we still just can't seem to crack the net on, right? I mean, just pick the topic, where if it's education, if it's mental health, if it's homelessness, if it's veterans, we're not doing a good job in Kentucky anywhere. So I felt, there's that. I have a lot of really deep relationships. And in combination, my loving and supportive partner, my husband, Javen, we were foster parents for almost 7 years, and we did it through the state. And that is just a whole nother show that we had a front row seat to. I mean, the popcorn, the junior mints, the whole 9 yards. And it's not a great show. And we are in crisis. There are so many, we are in crisis as a state. We have so many families, so many children that are in crisis. And not, we're failing them.
And it's only going to get worse after this session.
So, a lot of people said, when I decided to run, they said, "Oh my God, did I not know this about you, Sarah? Did you want to get into politics?" And I was like, "No, this was not part of my 5-year plan or my 10-year plan,
or even your 5-day plan."
5-day plan. However, I have not had lifelong goals to get into politics. I do have lifelong goals to see families and children get out of crisis and stable. I mean, God forbid thriving, but can we get people stable? So, it's a combination of things, and I thought, it felt like the universe is knocking on your door, and you need to answer it, and you need to walk through. it's obviously been a long day, and it's deeply concerning how many challenges we have.
Thank you for stepping up.
Thanks. I need people to I need people to act on their emotions. You know, so many people as I'm knocking on doors are like, there's some colorful language. I'll let you know, everybody has their own thing to say at doors, but you know, people are like, I'm so mad, I'm so pissed off, I'm so frustrated, you know, all of these things. I'm like, yeah, so am I. How mad are you? Mm-hmm. How sad is it that you think, fill in the blank, whatever's happening. This women's rights that are you so mad that you're going to do something about it? Mm-hmm. And for better or for worse, guys, this is exhausting to be like this, but I'm just hardwired this way. It's like I cannot unsee something, I cannot unknow something, I cannot unhear something once something has been brought to my attention. Mm-hmm. And I have to do something about it. And that's why I'm running, because I really feel like there are so many people right now, everywhere, but in politics and in Frankfurt, that are so disconnected from the issues. Mm-hmm. It's heartbreaking to see people making really bad legislation, you know, and pushing things in when they are so disconnected from the issues. Mm-hmm. And they're not even bringing the expertise to the table to say, hey, I've not experienced food insecurities. Who should we be talking to about that? Maybe somebody who's experienced food insecurities. Mm-hmm. Maybe somebody who's had to shop out of a food pantry or through their child's school, or probably a combination of things, and their needs still aren't being met. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I need people to be better humans. At the end of the day, we got to human better than what we're doing right now.
Yep, that's right.
And that's why I'm running. And I appreciate the fact that you just showed up to be supportive, to meet me, to watch me cry, though this was not part of it. But I find myself, you know, I'm finding myself very tired at the end of the days. And, you know, when I said yes to this, I was like, oh my God, please tell me you're talking to other women so that I could just step back and cheer somebody else and champion somebody else on. But guess what? Nope. There was not a line of people around the corner to do this. And I've had more than one person, you know, tell me, people who know me and people who are total strangers, people who are telling my husband this when he's out canvassing. Are you sure you really want to do this? Do you know what you're getting into? And I will say this. Yes, I know what I'm getting. Yes and no, right? Like, I'm not oblivious as to what's going on. I'm paying attention. I'm sure I'll get the full effect in the front row seat with the popcorn and the junior men's when, you know, if and when I can get to Frankfurt. That being said, what is the alternative? If not you, then who? And if I didn't say yes, that was just going to leave the door not only cracked open, but wide open for somebody else to run who maybe doesn't share the same values and wouldn't advocate for people the way that I know I will.
And have.
And have. And I'm not disconnected from the issues. And I thought, you have more experience and expertise than plenty of people that are there. And that's valuable, and that counts for something. And you need to not waste that sitting inside your home being pissed off. So I said yes. And I appreciate you all saying yes today to just show up, to meet other people, to be supportive, to participate in the conversations that we need to be having as a community. That's deeply important. And so I don't want you all to leave here without acknowledging that it is important that you keep showing up. I'm going to stop because I'm going for round 2.
Do you need people to walk doors doors, knock doors with, or for you, not even with you, but do you need volunteers, like that sign-up sheet, are they gonna?
If you were so inclined, if you were dying to get out on doors and hear how mad other people are, which is fun, I would love anybody who's interested in canvassing. We will, just please make a note on the sign-up sheet. Just put a check by it, and we will reach out to you and get you some information to canvass this new district.
Yard signs?
Yes, we have some yard signs here. So if you live in the district and you want a yard sign, please take one before you leave. I have a couple of T-shirts. I wasn't able to bring a whole lot because we had a really bad first print job and we have to go get more. But I did bring some good ones. So if somebody would like a T-shirt,
If you need a shirt vendor, I might know somebody. There's a sample right there. No, actually, I think we have somebody else do that.
So yeah, if there's something that you want to do to engage, please let me know, and if there's other people that you know in this district or just people in general that I need to be talking to, please let me know, because I'm deeply committed to really understanding what people's concerns are in this new district. And I will say this, it doesn't stop at imaginary lines. I guarantee you the people who are deeply concerned about what's happening with public education in 34 are also as concerned about it in 31 and 41, right, and all the other numbers, and across the state. And we've got a ton of room for improvement. And we just need to get the right people in office. And I really do think that I'm that person.
I think people need the link to put their address in to see how the district has changed.
Yes.
So I would encourage you to take one of the lit cards that's by the front door, and on there is my website. It's just sarahforky.com. And on the front page, I did link, because a lot of people were saying, I don't see this map, or they were going to, an official website and looking, and then saying, I'm not in 34, I'm in 31, or I'm at, I said, today you are. But you're going to be in this new 34. These maps haven't been made official because there was the lawsuit that was filed, right? So it was very confusing. And the other thing I would tell people is, so take a look at the map. So I linked it from my website so you can see a copy of the new map. See where you are, see where people are, because most people, there could be a change for them. As far as their number or who may or may not be on their ballot. Bardstown Road is a cutoff for the Highlands, and so I got to the Highlands pretty quick to say Mary Lou Marsden will not be on your ballot this year, and here's why. My little name badge as was up, people would say, "Are you running against Mary Lou?" Absolutely not. Love her, she's great, she's done amazing things for this district as well as Kentucky at large. I am running because she was cut out. And that's a problem. And we cannot, out of 100 legislators that we have 37 women. Women make up 51% of the Commonwealth, and we're not even 50% of the table. That's concerning. That is concerning, and we will lose so much if we do not stick our foot in the door and say, wait a minute. We got to get in there, and we have to organize, and we have to do a better job of organizing and communicating before we can really develop any sort of strategy, or the alternative, just lay down and just let us keep getting kicked up and down the field.
Especially since women are the subject of so much legislation.
You're on the line, right now. And people, I don't care what your gender, you should definitely be disturbed about it if you're a woman, and you should if you're a man as well, or any other idea. I mean, we're just looking at a very small sample size when we say that, right? We're not even talking about the whole spectrum of identity and all the other places we are lacking when it comes to being an inclusive and a truly representative leadership body. If you're really trying to represent all of Kentucky, then you got to start at the leadership, and it's, we've had a certain demographics of people who have that has been the makeup forever and for always, and it's not working. And there's a lot of people that are continuing to be left out, and that's problematic.
Can I say a couple more things?
Please.
So there is no one running as a Republican for this seat. The primary is it. She has one challenger. If you want to stick around a little bit more, I would like to say a few things about what I notice is the difference between the two candidates. I don't want to put Sarah in a position where she's saying anything negative, and if you feel any certain way after I say what I say, blame it on me and not her. Don't hold it against her. But I think what I'd like to do first is see if anyone has any questions for Sarah, and then turn it over to other candidates who might want to say a few words, and then I'll wrap up with my storyboard that I brought. I brought show and tell.
Sarah, do you know if the polling places have changed?
So my hunch is going to be that yes, that the polling locations will be reduced. I have reached out multiple times to Jefferson County. Personally on a dime and jump into a campaign, right? And so as I started to canvass, I started in my own neighborhood. And I've got this, right, this tool, it's Vote Builder, Minivan is the app, and I'm looking and I'm trying to figure out how to use this because I'm drinking from a fire hose, trying not to drown, right? I've got to learn so many things in 16 weeks. And I look at somebody's house that I'm gonna go reach out to, and I thought,